guys, and welcome to my channel. In an effort to help you guys with increasing your self-awareness, I figured it would be cool to make a video to kind of touch on a topic that I haven't given a whole video to. All right, why am I like this? You know, you may have this question like, why am I like this? So I've compiled a list here, and I'm actually getting some more downloads as we're speaking of things that I didn't put on this list that I'm going to go ahead and start out with before I forget. All right, so there's a lot of components and traits and attributes that are involved in making a person come to the point that they're in or at in life, or why they are the way that they are. This isn't just an accident. It's a whole chain of things mushing together, and it can be very complicated. You know, we're all onions, honestly. Even the most shallow or apparently shallow people, you'll find that there's a lot of onions back there. And then some of you are like, no, they're just a narcissist, that's all, they're just a narc. And yeah, but there's a lot of reasons for even that, you know. It's like you find out one thing, which leads you to another thing, and so forth and so on. Okay, so none of us are simple creatures. The mind is a very fascinating thing, and imagine just running through somebody else's mind. Like sometimes people say, I wish I could run through. No, you don't. No, you don't. You'll be running out of there frightened real quick, okay? But, you know, let me go ahead and talk about some of these spaces and places and all these things. So something that I didn't have on my list right here that just downloaded into me is genetics. One reason why you may be predispositioned, but it not only became a predisposition, but an actuality in your life, because the question is, why am I the way that I am? So this realized itself. It's because of genetics, you guys. Yep. And scientists are actually studying and seeing where a narcissistic parent could actually pass that down. Hey you guys, I just wanted to reiterate, because my video did cut off earlier and I didn't want you to have to read a bunch of words in there, but yes, through genetics we definitely can pass down mental illness, in any type of disease, honestly. And you know, they're actually doing further investigations on women who are depressed and even sad during their pregnancy, and how that actually transfers to the fetus as well. So, you know, that's why you really want to protect your joy even when you are just with child, okay? That's further validation to stay away from stressful situations and people, and even if it is the person that you procreated with. And then if you don't have a connection with your family, you never know what could be going on that side that could be planned out with you. And you didn't ask for it, but you know, it's just the genetics. All right, so I definitely wanted to just, you know, touch on that as well. And you know, for those of you who may feel, you know, really disappointed about that, you feel like maybe you got a rough card or a rough hand when it comes to the mental illness and ailments that could feel very haunting and daunting and devastating and debilitating and limiting in a person's life, depending on what it is, you know. And you know, they say God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And I know that there are probably some people walking this earth that feel like, well, you know what, I want to challenge that because I think some people haven't been able to handle it, and they've committed suicide, or they end up hospitalized, you know, in a mental asylum, or you know, people have meltdowns and breakdowns, and or people succumb to the illness, or you know, where it ends up taking their life source completely and they're dying, you know. And in those cases, people will say, well, did God give them more than they could handle? Or what was that? You know, it was just their time. But generally speaking, you know, while you're here on this earth, you know, God usually does make provisions. And my partner's in there playing music, and I didn't tell her that I was gonna, she doesn't know that I'm recording this, so I'm so sorry, you guys. But, you know, I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement. I'm gonna get her. We're gonna be going back to the video.
Tariq is live now.
Yeah, I was just making a little insert because my video cut off earlier, and I was going to just tell them a couple things. And I was telling them I didn't tell you, and it was kind of on a really serious note for people who got, like, you know, mental illness through biological things. Yeah, just for a moment. And I'm not even going to edit all this out. Just for a moment. Thank you. We like the 80s. But either way, really quickly, yeah, I know firsthand, you know, there are things that I don't talk about here on this channel, but, you know, I've encountered a lot of people with mental illness, and I know what that looks like on a daily basis, and these are loving people who, you know, just have to be stabilized, you know, be stabilized, take advantage of the resources and the advances in the medical field, obviously. And sometimes you just have to take it one moment at a time. Forget about even a day at a time. One moment at a time. Okay? That's what I even say to single parents. Because life can feel like it's kicking you in the ass, especially when, you know, with certain ailments like schizophrenia and constantly hearing the voices and the muffling. God bless people that deal with that. Because you have a certain strength that you may not even realize. Because I don't know how I would be if I was constantly hearing that chitter chatter, and, you know, perhaps that's why God didn't give me that. He knows his children, you know. And then sometimes we might think, you know, just because I can handle it doesn't mean that I should have to bear that, you know. And that's why they say that life is not fair, and it's not. But I can tell you this much: if you live your life to your best of ability, that's all you can really ever do. And nobody gets a perfect card in every aspect of their life. Maybe they didn't get schizophrenia, but they're barren and can't have children, or they can find a husband. They get shitted on in their romantic life. They have a perfect career, and, you know, like, there's going to be an area in everybody's life where they're going to feel like they've experienced some suffering, for sure. And for some people, it may be even multiple areas, okay? So never feel like, you know, life is just picking on you, because you may not, the next person doesn't have your situation. You know, that's why you hear a lot of pastors say everybody is suffering some type of something in their life, because nobody's perfect. So everyone has a struggle somewhere, okay? But I don't want to digress too much, but I didn't want to just mosey over that aspect of things. But definitely God bless you and everyone, period. We know we all could use some extra prayers, okay? Let's stay close to the source and do your part, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do, and you will be protected, no matter how devastated you feel or how much a dark energy tries to tell you that it's over for you. Just want to say that. So we're going to resume back to the video earlier. It's going to just pick up where we left off, okay? So yeah, let's talk about what these things could be, you guys. And what I have on my list are experiences, belief system, your reactions or response to situations, because they'll say a lot of times it's not what's happened to you, but how you respond. But I beg to differ. I'll say it's both, especially in this situation when we're considering, why am I the way that I am? Knowledge, which is why I always invite you guys to be lifelong learners. What do you have knowledge of that led you to make certain decisions, that put you in different experiences, you know? So what do you know? And then the knowledge also speaks to knowing truth versus lies, you guys. Then we have to talk about habits and patterns. And, you know, the sum of today was a bunch of all the acts, the sum of the acts that you've done prior leading up to, you know, and we want to see how life is a domino effect, all right? You got to C, but you did A and B first, all right, before you got here. Then we need to talk about the subconsciousness here when we're considering why am I like this. In our subconsciousness, these are deep rooted thoughts and core beliefs and core values that we have, and perhaps they were shaped by our primary caretakers, or they were shaped by society, or eventually shaped by friends and family. Could even be strangers and celebrities nowadays. All right, so we gotta think about the subconscious programmings that we have as well. All right, along with considering why am I like this, we could also consider our shadow sides. Okay, our shadow sides are what we would consider the darker attributes of ourselves, and I've made videos about us becoming friends with that shadow side. So we learn how to not only acknowledge that shadow side, but take control of it and tame it and use it to our advantage, actually. Okay, because as I described in that video, other people who work in different careers have to tap into the darker nature of human nature, you know, the darker side of human nature. Detectives and stuff, they may not do these things in their waking life, but they will have to be able to think on that level of a criminal, of a murderer, of a rapist. Okay, so they're becoming one with the shadow aspects of human nature, and chances are they've already become one with the shadow sides of themselves. All right, so yeah, that, and along with thinking about biology here, because yeah, generational things can be passed down. There is another aspect that I co-signed, and I do believe in astrology. I do believe in that, you guys. It is a science to me, and the more that I learn about it, I see where so much about people, and it's extremely fascinating to me, depending on the planets and whatnot. So yeah, astrology actually tells me a lot anyway when I'm getting to know someone about their predispositions and stuff like that. And they don't have to tell me anything but their date of birth and the time of birth, where they were born. You're gonna get like a very heavy blueprint of this person. All right, and their susceptibilities. So, you know, when we taking to consideration all of that, and I think I left out the attachment and detachments. Why are you like this or that? What have you attached yourself to in life, and what have you detached yourself from in life? You know, this is also going to play a part in being able to answer that question. All right, you guys, so let's go over, you know, these things yet again that are shaping and molding us. I said, look at biology, look at that family tree. Is real. Is real. The apples usually don't fall far. Okay, the apples usually don't fall far most of the time. Okay, you're gonna have those traits. All right, the experiences that you have, of course, your belief system, your reactions, your actions and responses to things, the knowledge that you have or lack thereof situations and life, or basically your emotional maturity. All right, your habits and your patterns compiled over time. So we're talking about behaviors, your subconsciousness, and now we're talking about programming. Your shadow side, you guys, and your attachments and detachments in this world. These are all going to be, you know, areas that you're going to want to dissect and have like critical thinking on with yourself, and being open and honest about to come to the conclusion of why am I like this. Okay, and the good thing is, you know, life is about change, so we can be a certain way, so don't be afraid of that. You know, will we ever be perfect? Can you change every little thing about yourself? No. And will there be things that you have to overcome over a lifetime and maybe still not completely conquer? No. But it doesn't mean that you can't get better in that area. Okay? All right, you guys. Congratulations to doing that self-awareness, and best wishes on your journey.